Welcome. All right. Today we're going to look at prompting. My name is Houston, and thanks for being here. All right. So we're familiar with LLMs now, and people have been using it for all sorts of things. And here I have, a bunch of logos of various LLMs. Now, to really get good use out of the LLMs, you need to be effective with prompt engineering. You can get basic answers and you can get things done, but for it to be predictable, for it to be reliable, for the quality of what you're doing to be high, you need to understand a little bit about prompting. So today I'm going to deal with, the 20% that if you know this 20%, it'll get you 80% of the way that you need to go. And that 80% means like not 80% to the best results, but 80% of the general prompting that you need to do that most people are using these LLMs for. You'll get very good results for 80% of the tasks that you need to do. All right. So first, let's understand the use cases, and you'll understand why I say 80%. All right. Use cases: extracting data, classification, generating content, data transformation. Now, generating content is where most people tend to be dealing with, right? They want to write something. They want to do a report. So extracting data, how can people even think about that? So, you have a spreadsheet, you want to get information out of it, upload it. Ask the LLM to pull out the information that you need from that spreadsheet rather than you combing through it and trying to use the LLM. Classification, so labeling and sorting and so forth. Easy. You don't need to know much about prompting and so to get it to do that. Now, generating content, that's a mixed bag. Now, for basic, simple content, you can probably just go and give it instructions and it'll give you something. But this is where you do tend to want to have a more robust method of generating content, of prompting, because that will give you higher quality content, more predictable content, content that's more applicable to what you need. So data transformation, so evaluation and research. Yes, it gets more complex with this. Decision making. Yeah, now you're needing it to be more reliable and so forth. Yeah, you got to understand prompting for this to be more on point. Multi-step reasoning, that's the top. So now you're dealing with agents and you're dealing with much more complex things. What I'm going to give you today, the tools I'm going to give you today are used all the way through. But with these first four, you will be very effective at accomplishing these first four. All right, let me make myself bigger here so you can see my face more clearly. All right. So now that we understand the different use cases, now let's look at the prompting. So it's called long format prompting. There are many ways to approach this. This one I find is one that's simple, effective, and has a wide application of uses. So first, give it a role. Let it know who it is. Are you a middle-aged man with expertise in this field or that field? Are you a woman with expertise in accounting or has a wide experience in traveling? Give it a persona. Then the objective. What are you trying to achieve? So if you understand what you're trying to achieve and it understands what you're trying to achieve, now you're all on the same page. So next thing is give it instructions. This is the part that people just instinctively do. You give it a bunch of instructions, but be concise, be methodical, put emotions, give it emotions along with the instructions. That helps a lot. All right. Then give it context. So context allows it to know the parameters of what it's playing with. The where, the why, the who is it for, right? That's very helpful. You know, if you're asking a human to do a task and you gave the human context, the human will perform better. Same with the LLMs. Include emotions. Include emotions. Examples. Examples are helpful because what it does, the LLMs looks at it and sees, oh, this is how you want the result to be. Oh, okay. And now it has these examples as a reference for how you'd want the information or what sort of answer you're looking for. Notes. So notes come in helpful because, you know, if you end up having a long prompt with a lot of information, now you want to not have a huge, long prompt, right? More isn't always better. Sometimes more is necessary, but it's not always better. Having notes, let's say you get your first result and you find it's not really hitting the nail on the head. You can use notes to reiterate an instruction or reiterate an objective. So this is where notes come in really helpful. Now, yes, you do not always need to use this format to prompt, but it definitely helps you to get much better results. You can be very, very sparse with each step, you know, just a quick roll, quick objectives, not get too very detailed. And that can set you on your way. But understanding this concept, understanding and knowing these 6 pieces of a good prompt will get you so far along your way into communicating with the LLM and having it as a partner in achieving the goals you're trying to achieve. All right. Now, there are other things you're going to need to know pretty soon. Markdown formatting. Very helpful to understand because, again, the more organized your information is, the more effective the LLM would be in giving you the results that you're hoping for. So yeah, having bold text where it's necessary, bullet points, break lines, understanding these formats, CSV formats, understanding APIs, because now, okay, you want your LLM to use a certain tool to maybe to input something into a Google Calendar or input something into a sheet. You're going to need APIs to be able to connect. Understanding JSON is also very helpful because, again, with the formatting of information, it makes it so the LLM is a lot more effective. Now, all of these you connecting through platforms like Make and N8N, but that's a deeper conversation. But I figure, might as well give you a little bit of this for those of you who like to run ahead and investigate more and play and so forth. Pretty fast, you realize that this is helpful information. All right. So basically, understanding the different contexts, that you can use your LLMs in, and to be effective in these various contexts, understand how to put together an effective prompt. All right, that's it for now. And I'll be back with more information that is impactful and helps you on your journey in this world of AI. Bye for now.